let's dive into it. What's better, short skis or long skis? All right, guys, welcome to this YouTube video. This is an age-old debate, not a year-old debate. This is an age-old debate, and I got this question a lot this year on Instagram and also in my coaching program, Slope Academy. On one hand, you have shorter skis, which I'm going to classify anything under chin and down, maybe shoulder and down. Long skis, I'm going to say anything over to head and up. If you guys haven't already watched a video I made on what ski length you should get for park skis, it's out there, it's on YouTube. It's a little more in-depth than this, but this is a classic debate. Should I have short skis or long skis? Some people really like short skis, some people really like long skis. From a style standpoint, I'm gonna get this straight right off the bat. If you have longer skis, you are gonna look steezier, you're gonna look way better on the mountain, and you're probably gonna get chirped a little bit less. But however, we see a lot of really, really good skiers like Andre Rigetti and other people like that who are doing the biggest tricks, who are competing in X Games, all that stuff, riding really short skis. They're like here or here on them, whereas I would recommend, and the average park skier would recommend, at least head height, at least eye height and up. Like anything below eye height is getting short, like let alone here or here. However, these guys are also really tall people and they don't make skis that big for them. So keep that in mind. But with that being said, short skis are going to give you a couple advantages. Short skis are going to allow you to spin a lot faster, to flip a lot faster, and it's just going to feel a lot lighter on your feet. Like you're going to be able to spin out of rails faster and everything like that as well. But they're also going to come with a couple disadvantages, right? So if you have short skis, short skis, like I'm talking eyes down, chin down, if you got shoulders down, you're really just, you're going to have a hard time. But basically what's going to affect is your landings. Your landings have to be perfect with short skis. If you're riding shorter skis, you have way less surface area to catch you when you mess up. Let's say this is the landing here, and you're coming down a little bit back seat. If you have short skis, you're going to your butt. Like there's not a lot of tip and tail to catch you. So you come down to your nose, there's not a lot of noses to catch you. Whereas long skis, you have a lot of tip and tail. You can come like this and then just kind of catch yourself and ride down the mountain like just fine. It's going to absorb a lot more of the impact. You don't have to be as just bolts. Where short skis, you have to be very, very much landing perfectly under your boot, on your feet, weight right into the slope. Otherwise, you're just going to either wash out, slip out, or, explode. And I think with short skis too, the other thing that I've noticed personally is my balance on rails is a little bit, I want to say worse. It's definitely worse. It's a little bit worse. There's less tip and tail to pretzel on the rail. Yes, you can spin out faster. However, you are going to have a harder time edge controlling on the rail. And it's basically more just under feet. Like you don't have a lot to play with, right? It's kind of transitioning from a skiing aspect of riding rails to a rollerblading aspect of riding rails where, if you're rollerblading, it's completely solely under your foot, right? You're using your foot to... Everything you're doing on the rail is underfoot. Whereas if you have longer skis, obviously you still want to keep the rail underfoot, but you have more to play with. You have more to, tail press, do things like that. You can also use your edges to dip harder. So when it comes to the long skis, like I said earlier, you're going to be way more steezier. You're going to look way better at skiing. You're going to have a lot more ski to carve on, to turn on. You're going to have more control coming into jumps, coming out of jumps. Landings, you're going to be able to absorb way, way more. And you're going to be able to stomp harder, like way harder. But it's a lot harder to do big tricks. Like not a lot harder, but it is harder to do big tricks. Like when you're doing big spins into rails, even doing like your first 270 onto rails, if you have longer skis, head height and above, you're going to have a harder time getting that rotation around. You're going to have a harder time not catching your tips, especially doing switch tails too, things like that. You're going to have a harder time not catching your tails coming into the rail. Switch ups, your tips are going to catch. You're going to have to be a lot stronger to get that rotation around. I would say if you are a beginner skier, and you're just getting into park and you want to learn new park tricks, what you should do is you should get shorter skis. That's my recommendation. I would say eye level to chin level is great for starting out in park. That's going to give you enough length to still land and stomp tricks, but it's going to give you that little bit of extra weight gone so you can get these tricks around for the first time. You can learn them for the first time and it's not going to be quite as difficult. Once you have the basics down, you're able to do like 540s, backflips, maybe a couple flips. You're able to do spins out of rails, like fours and like maybe a 2-on. Then it's time to up your ski length to eye level and up to head level. If you want to go a little bit higher, you can, but that's what I would recommend. This is my personal recommendation for short skis versus long skis. I think short skis are great because you can spin harder. I'm actually using shorter skis this year so I can do bigger tricks like trip 18s, mainly for big airs and city big airs. And then I'm going up to a bigger ski for slopestyle contests. So I have a little bit more landing material when I come down, but I just wanted to share some advice with you guys on this because it's a topic that comes up all the time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video and I'll see you in the next one. If you haven't already, like and deuces.